I don't mean that these are the best fragrances. I don't mean that these are my favorite fragrances. I don't mean anything of the above. I just mean that these 5 particular fragrances are 5 fragrances that never gets old to me.
My city love me like BB King, Jet X around, I'm good. Yeah, well, you had your shot, you was at the top, but you fell off cause you wasn't playing fair. Raw was coming out of Memphis, guaranteed I'm in the top 10. They like, there he go with another video, but they ain't know I'm finna drop again.
What up, world? It's your boy Eric, back with more frag talk for all of the frag kids, alright? As you can see from the title of this video, I will be sharing my top 5 colognes that will most likely never get old. And basically what I mean by that, I'm sorry, that out of all the fragrances that I have in my collection, there are just a couple that just, every time I smell them, I mean, they just never get old. I don't mean that these are the best fragrances. I don't mean that these are my favorite fragrances. I don't mean anything of the above. I just mean that these 5 particular fragrances are 5 fragrances that never gets old to me. And how can you utilize that in your life? Well, if these fragrances never get old to me and we have similar noses, then they probably never get old to you. And in the fragrance world, that is just like the best relationship. It's like if you're a man and you're in a relationship with a woman, if she never gets old, y'all will last till the wheels fall off. It's the other way, vice versa. So that's why this list is very important to me, because I do have a list coming next on my top 5 colognes that does get old, and they have got old. So you will see the difference, all right? I just had to kind of explain that so people wouldn't be like, you know, why would you make something like this? Because I've actually been noticing some jerks have been actually tuned in to my, you know, YouTube channel as far as speaking on fragrances. I guess the bigger that you grow, the more people find out about you, and some might not have the most coolest spirit. So I have to be very specific and cautious on the things that I say. I might call this Sauvage, and they'll say it's not Sauvage, it's Sauvage, you know, so it's getting to that kind of situation, but we're not gonna let it kill our spirit. We're gonna keep it rolling. All right, you all, I have this Dior Sauvage in front of you, and it is my honorable mention because everyone knows that Dior Sauvage is a very great fragrance in my life, and obviously from the reviews and the way I've talked about it, y'all probably already would know that this would have made my list in a cologne that never gets old, because I talk about it in almost every other fragrance topic that I speak on. So this was coming in my honorable mention. I wanted to kind of spice it up and not just give y'all something that you know would have been in my top 5. All right, so Dior Sauvage coming in as honorable mention. Only reason because of that is because y'all know it's a cologne that never gets old. So basically this is kind of like 6 colognes that never get old, but I just excluded a cologne that y'all already know. All right, you guys, coming in at number 5 though. This particular fragrance is just something about it. I do love this fragrance. You know, obviously it never gets old. It's not my favorite fragrance in the arsenal. Well, yeah, actually this is one of my favorite fragrances as well. And this fragrance never gets old. I never wear it as much because it's getting down. And this is considered a vintage version that I have. I don't know if the new version has been watered down, but Tom Ford Noir Extreme. When I smell this bad boy, it's something about this juice. It will never get old. Yes, I own tons and tons of vanilla masculine fragrances, vanilla soft fragrances, vanilla mid fragrances, vanilla floral fragrances, vanilla, all type of vanilla fragrances I've probably owned, smelt, worn, but it's something about the Tom Ford vanilla fragrance that I just absolutely love. It never gets old. I will never sell my Tom Ford Noir Extreme. If anything, I need to stock up on more bottles because it's just something about this particular fragrance from the house of Tom Ford that never gets old. And even until this day, it hasn't failed me. I could go smell it tomorrow, and these 5 fragrances make me say, man, like it makes you say that when you smell it. It's not just like, okay, that's pretty good. it's just like, man, it never gets old. I mean, it's just that simple. Coming in number 5, you all. All right, coming in number 4, we're gonna go back to Christian Dior, and these are a 2-in-1. Now, I could have chose a lot of Christian Dior fragrances that never gets old, but I probably would have been lying, because obviously if I just chose 2 from the many Christian Dior fragrances that I own, I would have been lying, because they do get old. Some Christian Dior fragrances that I do own have gotten old. I still love them, but I would just use them for an occasion that might remind me of an old situation. And that's not pretty good as far as me giving comparisons to this list on colognes that never gets old. So the 2 colognes that it was very hard to choose these colognes, and you'll see why when I show them, but they are Christian Dior Homme cologne, and we just have the Dior Homme regular version. Now, I know you guys are thinking, where's the intense version of the Dior Homme? Well, it's something just about the regular Dior Homme that never gets old to me. The intense version, it can kind of get old, and I know y'all like, how can they get old when they're basically the same smell? It's just the intense version is a little more, you know, it's just a little bit more well done, a little bit more stronger. Well, they do have different vibes, and it's something about this that just kind of gives me that original first impression of when I first smelled the whole Dior coconut type of, you know, vibe. And I think that in particular Dior Homme, you know, I would go with that before I go with the intense version. The intense version could kind of be too overwhelming, could be too loud, and it's something about the Dior Homme version that just never gets old, even when the rest of the bottles get old. It's just something about this one that never gets old. These 2 in particular, all right? So yeah, that was coming in at my number 4. Coming in at number 3, you all. Now this kind of makes me a hypocrite, but not just really, but in a way, not really a hypocrite, but I did just have a vanilla fragrance in my arsenal. But this isn't about vanilla fragrances, it's just about colognes that never gets old. So nevertheless, this next fragrance is a vanilla based kind of scent, and it's not in my arsenal because it's a vanilla based fragrance, or it's because I like this or I like the Tom Ford better. No, it's just this fragrance actually it kind of goes hand in hand with the Tom Ford, but it's not Tom Ford, and they have two different meanings that I get when I smell them. Like the Tom Ford is more cozier, and it's more, you know, in-house, it's more romantic. And 24 Gold coming in at number 3 is a little bit different, actually way different than to me than the Tom Ford, but it's not about the vanilla base, though these both have vanilla base scents, smells to them. It's way much deeper than that. This is just about the smell alone. And you know, like I said, I have many fragrances, and all of them kind of can smell alike, you know, if you take it that far. So yeah, but as far as me just smelling 24 Gold, just the smell alone is so much different than Tom Ford vanilla. And for that, it just gives me every reason to know that even as I'm smelling it now, I have no regrets, you all, for making this on my top 5 list. Coming in number 3. Coming in number 2, you all, y'all probably heard me talk about this fragrance a lot. And Rasasi Yuqawam per Homme. This fragrance never, I don't think this will ever get old to me. I don't think that, I don't know how I got that little thing right there, but it's cool. But yeah, I don't think that Yuqawam will ever get old to me. Like every time I've smelt this fragrance, it's never failed me, ever. So that's why this did make my number 2. It's just the most amazing smell in the world, you know what I'm saying? I mean, man. And that's why this made my list, because when I smell it, that's exactly what this thing, it does. I'll give y'all a little spray. That'll probably have my whole entire house smelling good for a day or 2, because it's a very strong smell as well. Rasasi Yuqawam. All right, you guys, coming in at number 1. Have talked about this fragrance a couple of times, maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times, and it did make my number 1 list for the fragrances that just never gets old. When I smell this fragrance, it just screams compliments, 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 and it is Armani Code Profumo. This is one of the most amazing fragrances that I probably own. They just did so much of a great job by mixing the ingredients to be able to get this fragrance to last for so long. Powerful, strong, lasting juice that never gets old. It smells amazing. Every time I smell it, it's just like, man, you know what I'm saying? Every time I smell it, it just smells like money. It just smells like a person that has money. You could be broke and just put it on and make you feel rich. You know what I'm saying? It's just an amazing smell. Well, you all, that wraps up this video. I hope that you did enjoy my top 5 list, including my honorable mention, you all. Please let me know what is 1, maybe 2, 3 fragrances that just never gets old in your arsenal. Please let me know in the comment section. Please be sure to like and subscribe to this video for future content. Be sure to hit the bell so you can be able to get more videos without having to stumble across my page again, and you never probably will find it. So yeah, all those good things, you all. Like I said, I will be dropping the top 5 colognes that I don't necessarily get the same impression by. And those top 5 colognes kind of get old when I smell them. So that video will be dropping shortly after this one, so be sure to check that out too. And if I hadn't said it already, I'll say it again. One love. Peace.